Hello, we've got some great summer savings going on right now at soulmart.me. For instance, how about Bernadette Morgan with the Vagina Rebound? If you're a lady on your way to have a relationship, this is a reading that will coach you back to where you want to be. Maybe you're shy and don't want to talk to a practitioner. How about DJ David Palmer? He'll make a custom 20-minute MP3 on your chart. Or after the 4th of July, we're happy to announce Act 3 videos are available for immediate download. All that at soulmart.me.
Soul Garden.
Hello, Ambassador Geminis, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host of the universe, Christopher Witecki, and I'd like to personally invite every light worker on the planet to come down to soulgarden.me. We are now casting. We're looking for people who are already on camera, looking for people who already have blog followings, people who already are out there doing this but need some soul support. We want to market and distribute you. We're also looking for a product in Soulmart. If you are an artist that makes cool jewelry that's spiritual or anything that you think has a soul and is for sale, we're interested in that too. So email us at casting@soulgarden.me. And if you are just a light worker in the becoming or a future leader, come create a profile. In fact, I've got a new club called Unite the Light, which is what this is all about. By the end of the year, we want to have the largest light work community on the internet, and we want to be the largest marketplace for light abundance and buying and selling of light work goods. So come on down and register. Now, this particular month, the Geminis are working on two states of awareness, as we always do. On the one hand, with the rest of your brothers and sisters, emotions. On the other, self-confidence. When you're a Gemini, your emotions and your self-confidence are blurred together. So if you are emotionally insensitive or if you have emotional issues, it could directly affect your ability to feel good about yourself, and it can directly affect your ability to draw in abundance, which is the spiritual buzzword for money. If you don't know, you're just joining this whole circus. So what you're working on this month is trying to stabilize your emotions and get them behind your self-confidence, and trying to get your self-confidence or soul capital in order. As we start on Monday, Chiron rules the day, which means integrity is the daily ruler, which means anything out of integrity will be blindly obvious, all right? So you might feel bad, you might not feel valuable. The question is why? What is not in integrity? Why don't you feel good about your self-esteem? Or what about your own emotional management is keeping you from feeling good? You know, when we don't feel good, it's up to us to make us feel better. So it's going to be a day of discovering what is out of integrity. Now, emotions themselves are actually focused on relationships and fairness and balance. So emotions, it might be a relationship issue that makes you feel or lack confidence, or it might be a relationship issue that throws your emotions. Doesn't matter, the lesson is still how you manage emotions and how you manage your soul capital. On Tuesday, we are blessed with a full moon. The moon does shift into Capricorn, which means emotions do shift to a new topic for you. Excuse me, the moon shifts into Capricorn, which means the moon shifts into trust, intimacy, and boundaries, but at the same time opposes the sun. Now, before the moon goes to full apex, it does cross Capricorn, which will be an invitation for you to change your trust and intimacy issues. So you might want to be careful as you start the day, because you'll be quick to lash out. You might be over defensive. You might realize that it's you that's refusing to budge and not the other person. So be willing to own up where your trust or issues of boundaries are outdated or where you haven't been mature. As the moon goes and directly opposes the sun, it then turns into a tug of war between your sense of wanting to feel safe, wanting to feel secure. That's a hyper emotional boundary issue, you wanting to feel like everything is okay. But really, a full moon is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Beautiful in the sky, but it's really a very deep lesson. In your case, okay, you want to feel safe? Well, what values need to change? Or perhaps you don't feel safe because you don't manage your emotions. So really, the full moon is to get you out of a desire of feeling safe, and at least an ability to look at one more time where possibly you aren't valuing yourself, which is why you don't feel safe. If you give it away to everyone that comes, well, of course you don't feel safe. You're not valuing yourself. So boundaries and soul capital go together. And with emotions going too far, again, sometimes it's a boundary that needs to be in place. So the full moon on Tuesday is a discovery of what's not working again. Thank you, universe. On Wednesday, it's the 4th of July in the United States. Happy birthday to the USA. The United States is a Cancer, if you don't know, with a Sagittarius rising and an Aquarius moon. But for us, it is a breakdown day. Uranus rules today, so we're going to have a breakdown on the 4th of July. So if you live in the United States, it's probably a very private breakdown, because if we're out there forced to be in the public and forced to see fireworks and eat hot dogs and sing anthems, we're not going to really be letting everyone know we're breaking down. Well, here's a little trick. As you look around at fireworks, recognize that Christopher Witecki said everyone is breaking down inside. Kind of funny. But the breakdown is private. Those in Europe and Asia, who knows? I think it'll be a very genuine, legitimate annual transit. But the breakdown is just like the last time. Where is your emotional context still not suitable? Are you approaching the 4th of July waiting for something bad to happen? There's that possibility. Or the breakdown might be you seeing what you need to be. Maybe you're observing your friends, family, and you're seeing how they operate. And then the breakdown is like, gosh, I really haven't been supporting myself, or I really haven't been managing my emotions. So the breakdown does lead to breakthrough, and it's shaking off the last residue of where your self-esteem is not well managed or your emotions aren't well managed. And the management of self-esteem is a moment-to-moment thing, all right? So breakdown. The moon is still in Capricorn on the 4th of July, so you're still vulnerable, you're still sensitive, and it's still full. Should be a pretty moon for fireworks. Then on Thursday, it's breakthrough, and you should feel pretty damn good. Mercury rules the day, so the Geminis will be feeling pretty damn good on Thursday. It is, however, a bit of a cloudy day, and the universe has blessed us with a temporary soul pyramid. It stems from the moon in Aquarius, so your emotions shift to theory, to life purpose, much less, very less vulnerable than in Capricorn. So you're finally starting to detach and not feel so heavy in the emotion if you've been feeling heavy, and it throws your emotions into the theoretical. So that's a perfect position for some sort of breakthrough, right? Well, the other two areas that trine together is the moon in Aquarius goes over to Mars in Libra and then down to Jupiter and Venus in Gemini. So what this means is, very simply, with Mars in Libra, Gemini, it is time to move and start to walk in the direction of your personal dreams. You spent 18 months trying to figure out what's in the way of you and your heart, what's in the way of you and true love, what's in the way and you an enjoyable life. Now that you know what it is, Mars says get your astro in gear and start walking in that direction. By walking in the direction of your heart, by emotionally being open to theory and philosophy, then Jupiter and Venus, baby, says your charisma, your ego, your personality starts to see the light. So this is a grand trine of seeing the light, where Geminis are growing between now and the summer of 2013 and getting on their heartfelt path between now and this fall. Or not. May not do the work. Might have some bitter Geminis in the end. But Thursday, I think your breakthrough with the sun in Cancer, which is really your value, comes from putting this together. Your heart, your future ego, and your philosophies being flexible. Then we get to Friday. Friday's going to be actually a great day. Venus rules the day. This is when God throws in kind of a wild card that says, all right, everyone take a break, recess. So when Venus rules the day, giving and receiving are restored. Venus is direct, it's in your sign, so you should be giving and receiving the most. And really what you're coming down to is settling debt, maybe investing in yourself so you feel better, maybe you finally get some credit, maybe you finally get some credit from yourself. So this restoration brings peace and harmony. The lesson of the day on Friday is, why weren't you peaceful before? And if you're not peaceful on Friday and you watch this horoscope, why not? It's a Venus day. Everyone's supposed to feel good. Love Fest is the best feeling day of the month. So it's a day of learning about why or why not, or what you needed to give and receive to restore your self-esteem or to restore your emotional tranquility. Again, you may be very confident with your self-esteem, and this whole month's lesson is that you're an emotional wreck who's confident but an emotional wreck. That doesn't serve you, as you've been learning watching this show. The other thing I want to point out is this trine between Mars and Libra down to Venus and Jupiter. This trine will be in play for some time, which is a tug of war between you growing. On the one hand, Mars in Libra says, when you take steps towards your inner child and your heartfelt path, you will find your charisma and your ego expand. When you allow your charisma and ego to expand and you allow yourself to be open to new strength, your inner child has more strength to move forward with the heartfelt path. So it's a giving and receiving between these two areas and states of awareness until further notice from me. Speaking of me, I got a new show coming out. Actually, it's in office hours. You know, we have office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, I'm opening up office hours on Fridays at noon, and I'm calling it Unite the Light. This is going to be my little webcam talk show, but I'm not talking astrology. I'm not going to wait for readings. I'm going to talk about what's not working in the world and invite you guys to come in and chat with me about it. I think it's time we start talking. We are on a mission to create the biggest light worker pool on the internet by the end of the year, and we got to talk about this. So come on down and check it out. There's a chat room. It's time to come together. It's kind of like an open house of Soul Garden. Then we get to Saturday. Now Saturday is a Neptune day in a very big way. The moon moves into Pisces for one. So the moon makes us very sensitive. It's a psychic state of awareness with the moon in Pisces. This makes you very sensitive about where your life is going. Okay, so you're going to be psychically sensitive to your career, to your life's path, whether or not it's working for you or not. And that sensitivity, I think, is going to help you with the other Sun Cancer stuff. By sensing out where career goes, you know what you should be asking for in life as far as values and money. By sensing out what your decision-making policy is for your future, you're also determining your money. When your money's solid, your emotions can chill. So it all goes together. And really, it's a day of intuiting where to go and what to do next. Then we get to Sunday. And Sunday's really a perfect wrap-up because Saturn rules the day on Sunday. It's a day of deciding. So Sunday, your soul assignment is to decide and commit to a general area of what you are worth, a soul capital. This might also be a commitment to producing something where you're saying, you know what, I want to manifest this. That's all part of soul capital. That's good. You want to make that decision. Whether or not we pull it off is chapter 3, next week's horoscope. But at least by Sunday, by the time you go to bed, you want to go, God, universe, I want to manifest this. I want my emotions to be like this, and I want to bring this in my life. And it's likely it's very career focused because the moon is still in Pisces on Sunday. So a lot of your emotional flavor is career success. But the lesson is what you're worth. All right, Gemini, that's all I got for this 7-day forecast. Come join me, Unite the Light, register, audition, casting at soulgarden.me, and I will see you in 7 days more. Until then, live, love, be.